CDL Practice Test, California, Combination Vehicles, Part 5. Question number 109. The service line, A, carries air to the parking brake to control the trailer brakes. B, carries air to the cab of the rig to cool it. C, carries air to a relay valve that allows the trailer brakes to be applied quickly. The correct answer is here, C. Carries air to a relay valve that allows the trailer brakes to be applied quickly. Explanation. The service line, also called the control line or signal line, carries air, which is controlled by the foot brake or the trailer hand brake. The service line is connected to relay valves that allow the trailer brakes to be applied more quickly. The relay valves send air to the brake chambers in response to the air pressure in the service line. Question number 110. When you test the tractor protection valve, the red air supply control knob should go into the position A, normal, B, neutral, C, emergency. The correct answer is here, C, emergency. Explanation. To test the tractor protection valve, shut the engine off and step on and off the brake pedal several times to reduce the air pressure in the tanks. When the air pressure has fallen enough, typically into the range 20-45 C, the trailer air supply control knob should pop out, or the valve controller should go from the normal to the emergency position. Question number 111. During uncoupling, you should disconnect the electrical cable and A, hang it with the plug down, B, hang it with the plug up, C, coil it to keep it out of the way. The correct answer is here, A, hang it with the plug down. Explanation. After you disconnect the electrical cable, hang it with the plug down to keep moisture or rain from getting into it. Question number 112. When you get ready to back under the semi-trailer, you should line up A, about 12 degrees off the line of the trailer, B, the kingpin to engage the driver's side locking jaw first, C, directly in front of the trailer. The correct answer is here, C, directly in front of the trailer. Explanation. When you're ready to couple, position your tractor right in front of the trailer. If you were to back into the trailer at an angle, you might push it sideways and break the landing gear. Question number 113. What happens if the trailer height is too great? A, it doesn't matter if the trailer is too high. B, the spring brakes will not work properly. C, the tractor may strike and damage the trailer's nose. D, the trailer may not couple correctly. The correct answer is here, D, the trailer may not couple correctly. Explanation. If the trailer height for coupling tractor semi-trailers is too high, then the trailer may not couple correctly. Question number 114. What is a tractor jackknife? A, when you lock up the drive tires on the trailer and the trailer spins out sideways as the tractor continues to push behind. B, when you lock up the drive tires on the tractor and the tractor spins out sideways as the trailer continues to push forward. C, neither of the above. The correct answer is here, B. When you lock up the drive tires on the tractor and the tractor spins out sideways as the trailer continues to push forward. Explanation. A jackknife is usually the result of a drive wheel skid. The tractor's rear drive wheels lock, and the trailer starts to push the tractor sideways. Question number 115. How can you test the trailer emergency brakes? A. Open shut-off valves on both airlines at the rear of the last trailer. B. With full air tanks and the engine off, press on the brake pedal several times. C. Release the parking brake and nudge the vehicle forward. D. Place the tractor emergency valve in the emergency position. Try to nudge the vehicle forward. The correct answer is here, D. Place the tractor emergency valve in the emergency position. Try to nudge the vehicle forward. Explanation. Charge the trailer air brake system and check that the trailer rolls freely. Then stop and pull out the trailer air supply control, also called tractor protection valve control or trailer emergency valve, or place it in the emergency position. Pull gently on the trailer with the tractor to check that the trailer emergency brakes are on. Question number 116. When backing a tractor under a trailer, you should expect that A. The trailer will be lifted slightly when the tractor backs under it. B. The end of the kingpin is even with the top of the fifth wheel. C. The trailer landing gear is fully raised. The correct answer is here, A. The trailer will be lifted slightly when the tractor backs under it. Explanation. Before backing the tractor under the trailer, adjust the landing gear to position the trailer at the proper height. The trailer should be just low enough that it will be raised slightly by the tractor when the tractor backs under it. If the trailer is too low, the tractor may hit and damage the trailer nose. If it's too high, it may not couple properly. Question number 117. What are the colors of the service and emergency airlines? A. The service line is red, and the emergency line is blue. B. The service line is yellow, and the emergency line is red. C. The service line is blue, and the emergency line is green. D. The service line is blue, and the emergency line is red. The correct answer is here, D. The service line is blue, and the emergency line is red. Explanation. To distinguish them, the service and emergency airlines are of different colors. The service line is blue, the emergency line is red. Question number 118. The air leakage rate for a combination vehicle, engine off, brakes on, should not be more than C per minute. A. 2. B. 3. C. 4. The correct answer is here, C. 4. Explanation. With a fully charged air system, turn off the engine, release the parking brake, and time the air pressure drop. The loss rate should be less than 3 C in 1 minute for combination vehicles, adding 1 second if the brakes are applied. Question number 119. What causes the crack the whip effect? A. Driving too fast at turns and curves. B. Changing lanes too quickly and suddenly. C. None of these. The crack the whip effect does not occur in combination vehicles. D. Rearward amplification. The correct answers here. D. Rearward amplification. Explanation. When a truck has one or more trailers attached to it, the crack the whip effect occurs due to rearward amplification. The more trailers there are, the more likely the rear trailer will turn over. Question number 120. When coupling, the proper position of the fifth wheel is A. Tilted up toward the rear of the tractor. B. Tilted down toward the rear of the tractor. C. Level with the ground. The correct answers here. B. Tilted down toward the rear of the tractor. Explanation. Before coupling, make sure that the fifth wheel is in the proper position. For one thing, it should be tilted down toward the rear of the tractor. Question number 121. After you have coupled the trailer, you should start to raise the landing gear by using A. Low gear, B. High gear, C. Intermediate gear. The correct answers here. A. Low gear. Explanation. Start to raise the landing gear by using the low gear range. If the landing gear is so equipped, then switch to the high gear range once the trailer supports are free of weight. Question number 122. When inspecting for proper trailer coupling, which of these would be a cause for concern? A. Fifth wheel jaws being closed around the shank of the kingpin. B. Locking lever being set to lock. C. Safety catch being in position. D. Space between the upper and lower fifth wheel. The correct answers here. D. Space between the upper and lower fifth wheel. Explanation. The space between the upper and lower fifth wheel indicates something is not hooked up correctly and that the trailer could come loose. The other options all indicate proper coupling. Question number 123. A tractor with a N trailer requires the shortest amount of stopping distance. A. Empty. B. Lightly loaded. C. Fully loaded. The correct answers here. C. Fully loaded. Explanation. The weight of cargo helps the wheels get traction. When a combination vehicle is empty or lightly loaded, its braking distance increases. The very stiff suspension springs and strong brakes give poor traction and make it very easy to lock the wheels. Question number 124. While you are driving, your emergency airline breaks or gets pulled apart. The loss of pressure will cause the A. Trailer supply valve to open. B. Air compressor to unload instead of pumping air. C. Trailer emergency brakes to come on. The correct answers here. C. Trailer emergency brakes to come on. Explanation. With the loss of air pressure, the tractor protection valve will close and the trailer emergency brakes will come on. Question number 125. Before you back under a trailer, make sure that A. The air brakes are off. B. The trailer brakes are locked. C. The air supply knob is in. The correct answers here. B. The trailer brakes are locked. Explanation. During coupling, before backing under the trailer, Set the trailer air supply control to shut off the air and lock the trailer brakes. On newer vehicles, this control is an 8-sided red knob. You pull it out to shut off the air. Question number 126. How long does it take a typical tractor trailer to clear a single railroad track or double track? A. It takes 7 seconds to clear a single track and more than 10 seconds to clear a double track. B. It takes 10 seconds to clear a single track and more than 12 seconds to clear a double track. C. It takes 14 seconds to clear a single track and more than 15 seconds to clear a double track. The correct answer here, C. It takes 14 seconds to clear a single track and more than 15 seconds to clear a double track. Explanation. It takes a typical tractor trailer unit at least 14 seconds to clear a single track and more than 15 seconds to clear a double track. Question number 127. When should you use the hand valve to park a combination vehicle? A. To park at loading docks. B. To park on a grade. C. Never. The correct answer here, C. Never. Explanation. The trailer hand valve, also known as a trolley valve or Johnson bar, controls only the trailer brakes, not the tractor brakes. You can use it to test the trailer brakes, but don't use it as a parking brake, especially if the trailer lacks spring brakes. If a leak causes loss of air pressure, the trailer brakes will fail. Don't use the trailer hand valve while you're driving either. Braking the trailer and not the tractor can cause the trailer to skid. Question number 128. Here are 2 things that a driver can do to prevent a rollover. Keep the cargo as close to the ground as possible, and A. Go slowly around turns. B. Keep the fifth wheel's free play as tight as possible. C. Make sure that the brakes are properly adjusted. The correct answer is here, A. Go slowly around turns. Explanation. Because of rearward amplification, a trailer is more likely to roll over than a tractor, and if you're pulling doubles or triples, the rearmost, last, trailer is even more likely to roll over. To reduce the risk of trailer rollover, steer gently and smoothly, especially if you're pulling a double or triple. Slow down before entering a curve or turn. Question number 130. Almost half of all truck driver deaths are the result of A. Speed. B. Following too closely. C. Rollovers. The correct answer is here, C. Rollovers. Explanation. More than half of truck driver deaths and crashes are the result of truck rollovers. A full load increases the weight on the truck, making a jackknife less likely, but a full load also raises the truck's center of gravity, making a rollover more likely. Furthermore, many of America's expressways are old, with curved exit ramps that don't have the banking needed for today's combination vehicles. Question number 131. What is the safest way for you to make a turn without entering another traffic lane? A. If you must cross into the oncoming lane to make a turn and you see vehicles coming toward you, stop and back up for them. B. You should turn wide before you start the turn. C. You should turn wide as you complete the turn. The correct answer is here, C. You should turn wide as you complete the turn. Explanation. To turn right, You must turn wide to help prevent the rear end from overrunning the curb. However, if you start the right turn by swinging wide to the left, another driver may try to pass you on your right while you are turning, which can lead to a collision. Instead, start the right turn with the rear of your vehicle as close to the curb as possible and then turn wide as you complete the turn. This will deny drivers room on the right to try to